everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy and this is a crafting channel. Mostly cross stitch and diamond painting, but there is a little bit of sewing and a little bit of, what else? Crochet thrown in. I couldn't think of the word. I hope my dog does not. She barks and barks. She's such a spoiled dog. Anytime we leave her outside for more than like 5 minutes, she starts freaking out. Like, they literally just went out there 10 minutes ago, and I figured, because she won't eat, and I don't like bringing the food inside because then the cats eat it, the kids kick it, and it gets spilt everywhere. So I put their food on the porch, and she will not eat outside. I don't know what her problem is. She's a really spoiled dog is what I think it is, because she comes in and she just lays her butt down on the cold floor. Anyway, still morning here. I should be cleaning, but I figured my husband had some errands to run, and I thought this would be a good time to do some kind of video. Didn't know what, just kind of thought about it for a little bit and figured I'd come on here and do this. In case you guys didn't know, let me see. What should I say? I already said my name was Amy. I am a 32-year-old wife, mom, full-time college student, small business owner, all that jazz. I run Mystical Diamond Art, which is a diamond painting company, and I love cross-stitching. I fell in love with cross-stitching. It's been less than a year, and I only have... Well, me and my kids have a couple of finishes that are like little, like the little sets you can get like at, I don't know, Walmart originally, but now Walmart, they got hard to find, and so they have them at Hobby Lobby. And then I started getting really into cross stitch, and I'm all about the WIPs apparently, and not the finishes, because I have like one real finish as far as cross stitch is concerned. But anyway, let's do this. I'm gonna have to move you guys because let's see. So I have a stand here, so I just hope that I can keep it steady and not be like wobbling all over the place. I don't know how this is gonna work. This is a stand that I got from Hobby Lobby. I'll send you guys, yeah, totally. I'm gonna pop up a couple of pictures here so you guys can see what this stand is, and let you guys kind of look at it while I get prepared here, and see. So I got this stand yesterday, and I actually have a time lapse of me putting it together. I think it ended up being like 2 or 3 minutes, so I think I'm gonna pop that into the end of the video so you guys can see it. I didn't think I wanted to do it like a standalone video for it because it's nothing special. It's not like a stand that I ordered from anywhere or anything like that. So I saw it there and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and try this and see how it works. I've been wanting a stand. I'm gonna pop a picture here of the one that I originally wanted, the one that I've been eyeing for such a long time. And I just couldn't bring myself to spend the money on it because of how expensive it is. It's very pricey. And since COVID hit, they've actually been on sale for 20% off. And I thought, oh, that's a perfect time to get it. And ideally, it would be a perfect time to get it, except it's still $200 and some, I think. And it's still pretty pricey. I saw Laura had gotten one on Amazon, but I use Q-snaps. I wasn't sure on the sizing of the opening, and then her mechanism, like her holder for the hoops, looks plastic, and that made me nervous too. I just didn't think it was going to be as sturdy, just in case, because I do have very large dogs. I do have a very busy household. I didn't want it to get knocked over and it break. So I just happened, yesterday I had a ton of errands to run, and I told my husband, if I have to run all your errands today, then I'm going to go to Hobby Lobby and spend some money. And he was like, well, okay, because I don't want to go run those errands, so go ahead. So I said, okay, no problem there. So I went to Hobby Lobby, found this stand. I'll put up a picture of the box too, really quickly, so you guys can see that. And yeah, here it is. So far I actually really like it. I'm thinking of getting something weighted for the bottom, because like I'm hitting the bottom leg and it's just wobbling all over the place. So yeah, I hope you guys are close enough to see. So I haven't even told you what pattern I'm working on yet. I'm working on a Wizard's View from Joan Elliott. So I started this at the end of May. I forget what day, but I started it with Stitch and Mommy and like 3 or 4 other people. Maybe 5, I'm not sure. We all started Joan Elliott, and we used the hashtag Joan in May Sell. And this is that. I only have worked on it that day and thought that I better get a jump on it, because I need to. Stitch and Mommy's progress is amazing. Hers looks great. And I had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I had like 16 stitches. So these stitches, why are these stitches so poofy compared to the other one? The other one's like super small. So yeah. So now we're just trying to work on this. I'll put a picture of what it looks like, because I don't, all I have is the chart, because the book sits on the shelf, because I got this in a Joan Elliott book. So yeah, I have been wanting to stitch on this. I look at it every day and I tell myself, today's the day, I need to stitch on this today. I shouldn't even be stitching right now. My stepson and his girlfriend, I mentioned before that they were living here for temporarily for another month until their apartment is ready, and they went to Albuquerque to go visit his mom, because that's where his mom lives, is in Albuquerque, and they're supposed to be coming back today. They're only gone for like 4 days, and the house is a mess, like literally. We were gone on Sunday all day long. There goes my cat again. He scratches the shipping boxes. Hey, cut it out. And so I just need to clean it. There he goes, hitting the tripod. I just need to spend a few hours cleaning today really good. I feel like I should zoom you guys in a little bit more. Cleaning today at some point, I don't know. But we'll see what happens. I don't know what, my allergies have been acting up so bad the past couple of days. I honestly think it's the air quality. There's been an air quality alert for like a week because there's a fire somewhere. I don't know the exact proximity of it, but the mountains are all smoky. I'll put a picture here because I did take a picture of it when I was stopped at the red light yesterday, because I was on my way home. And this is the last stoplight before my house. And so I took a picture to send to my mom that you could barely see the mountains because it was so hazy. And I think that's what it is, because I take allergy pills every day. I have to. I take Singular and Zyrtec because I have the cats, and I'm actually really allergic to cats, which is really strange, but I prefer cats over dogs, so whatever. Before I get any further, I don't want anybody calling me out for not addressing any of the racial stuff that's been going on in the world today. So I've already said it in a couple of other videos. If you have a problem with skin color, if you're a bigot, if you, honestly, I feel like I have a different fan base. I feel like if you had a problem with skin color or somebody's race, you wouldn't be watching me in the first place, because I'm Hispanic. And so I don't think I actually have that problem here on my channel, and if I do, nobody's brought it to my attention. But I'm just saying, if you have problems with that, kindly unsubscribe and don't cause a big stir here, okay? I want to keep it to just the stitching, but I do also want to, you know, make you guys aware that there is hell freaking broke loose this weekend over in the cross stitch community, and I'm not one to repeat things, but I do have to say that we're all curious about certain things and like what the fuck is going on, but I don't think it's appropriate to be messaging other stitchers who had nothing to do with the situation as it originally happened, to get the scoop on things, because they're probably just as clueless as you are. And if you follow some people, you probably already know who I'm talking about, but I'm not gonna name names. I'm just saying, like, don't try to stir the pot. Like, it is what it is. We're all curious to know what happened, but it is our place. It is not. So I feel really horrible for that stitcher that is getting bombarded with questions and excuse me, people trying to get the scoop on what happened. She doesn't know either. And you know, I feel really awful for the way people have been trying to call her out on something that she had no idea even happened. I do have to say, I'm surprised. I never watched, if you guys didn't know, I'm talking about Fiber Talk. I never watched Fiber Talk, and now I know why. I just couldn't get into it. I don't know why. At the time, I don't know. I just never thought about like why I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. I would watch a couple of minutes of it and then I'd turn it off. I just could never sit there and watch an entire episode. It just never like struck a chord with me. I was never like in awe about what they said. And I honestly think it might have been because of the exclusivity of it. Like, they only seem to be interested, I'm rubbing my eyes, sorry guys, only seem to be interested in really like popular stitchers. And I guess maybe because I don't know, I like who I like and that's it. And so I just never watched it. I never watched it. And now like I'm kind of glad there's no other that I didn't watch it, because I'm honestly not missing anything. And I do have to say that I'm really excited for Coffee Stitcher went ahead and decided to make his own, where are my scissors, to make his own talk show, and I'm really excited about that. I think it's gonna be great. And if you guys don't know, Sunshine Stitchers. Are you guys like bouncing all over the place? And why can't I say it today? Today's not a day for words. Sunshine Stitchers has a really good like talk show as well. I watched it yesterday, I think, for the first time. I've had it in my playlist for some time, but a lot of the videos are an hour or more, and that's really pushing it for me. It takes me a long time to watch a 1 hour episode of FlossTube. It can take me a whole day. And when my playlist is like 20 videos long, I tend to kind of just go for the shorter videos just so I can get that number down. And so I hadn't watched it, and I barely watched it yesterday, the one with Michelle Bandy, and I have a couple more on my playlist. And you guys, I absolutely loved it. I love the dynamic of it. I love how they go about it. It's great. It really is. It's a really nice change to what we normally see in a floss tube. I really enjoy it. So if you guys haven't checked them out, check them out. You'll probably get a laugh or two in as well. So let me see. There was something else I wanted to talk about, and I can't quite recall what. So I've mentioned this. Something's not right down here. I've mentioned this only briefly before, but I have been looking at adding some cross-stitch stuff to the Mystical Diamond Art website. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. I don't know, but I'm gravitating towards some floss, and I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do it yet, because right now I've just been focusing on the product and the quality of it. And you guys will be hearing it here first. So if that's something that interests you and you're not a subscriber, then I suggest you subscribe so you can be one of the first to be made aware of that. I talked about this also in another video, but in case you didn't know, I have cross stitchers that subscribe to me that don't watch my diamond painting videos, and I have diamond painters that subscribe to me that don't particularly care for my cross stitch videos. So since day one, what I've been doing, I'm still drinking some coffee, so sorry. From day one, what I've been doing is color coding the videos. So the videos with the blue purple background, it's like a bluey purple, it's a blurple. Those videos are diamond painting videos. And when it is the red, like maroony background, fuchsia, whatever color you want to call it, those are the cross stitch videos. And occasionally it's some other random video, but mostly the other type, but mostly cross stitch. So that's how you can kind of differentiate which is a floss tube and which is not a floss tube and which is diamond painting related by the color of the background of the thumbnail, because I do all my thumbnails the same. I just feel like it helps keep it organized a little bit in some way. So there's that. What else? I have a bunch of diamond painting questions that I've been getting asked, but I'm going to save that for a diamond painting whip and chat. I almost did a diamond painting whip and chat today, and then I thought, you know what, you guys, I am so obsessed with cross stitching. I want to cross stitch like every chance I get. I've gotten to the point now where I'm starting to take a cross stitch with me, because I've learned that if I don't take a cross stitch with me, something happens where I end up having to wait for something, and then I don't have anything to do but play on my phone. And so I've just tried to start getting in the habit of taking a cross stitch with me, so that if I'm stuck somewhere, I have a cross stitch and I can put a couple of stitches in instead of playing on my phone. Playing on my phone. I feel like, don't get me wrong, I love playing on my phone, but I'm getting to the point where, like, I'll play on my phone and then I feel bad for playing on my phone, because I could have been stitching, or I could have finished that load of laundry and folded it, put it away, or I could have read those last couple chapters of the book sitting on my nightstand, that kind of thing. And I don't do like a bunch of crazy stuff. Like, the only social media app that is probably my favorite is Instagram. I don't update it as much as I should, but it is my favorite one to get lost in, because I love watching all the animal stuff. And then of course the cross stitch. There's always something being posted in cross stitch. Let me make sure I have the right amount of columns here. And so I've been trying really hard not to get lost in that, and just looking at what's in my feed, and that's it. Because if not, I will spend forever scrolling through the trending and all of those videos that, like, I normally wouldn't even like look for in the first place. So I'm just trying really hard to be a little bit more conscious about how I spend my time. And then too, like, I still have 2 small children. I have more children than that, but I have 2 small children that still require assistance throughout the day. And my youngest daughter, she has a couple of medical needs that need to be monitored, and she's kind of self-monitoring, but at the same time, if I'm not paying attention to her because I'm busy doing something else, she kind of lets some things slip as well, and that we just can't do that with her condition. So that last row before that looks a little messy, but I'm not gonna unpick it. Oh, I'm not gonna pick it. Is that the right? Did I say that right? I don't know. Oh snap, how many more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I doing 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I had to make sure I only have 2 more rows of 6, and then it changes to 5. So this little area is about to be done, and then I gotta jump over to another area. Yeah, so anyway, it is what it is. I don't think I'm the only one going through that struggle right now. You know, parenting. I'm gonna railroad a couple stitches and see if that helps. You know, parenting and the way it goes, and especially everything in quarantine. Whoops, I skipped a stitch up there. I'll have to do that. Sunday, I went to my dad's for Father's Day. It's the first time that we'd been out as a family because we haven't been going anywhere. We went in the car so that we didn't have to worry about putting gas, because obviously cars are good on gas. And we didn't stop anywhere. We drove straight through because he lives in the town where I grew up, which is 2 hours from where we live here. And so it was really nice. The girls had a really good time. None of the boys went. My oldest is in Texas with his dad, so he didn't go with us to that, but that's okay. My grandma ended up showing up, and we all felt comfortable getting together because we have all been super self-isolating and trying not to do anything and unnecessary things like that. Like, my kids haven't left the house pretty much, and so, you know, we kind of said, well, you know, let's get together finally. Like, I understand it's quarantine and stuff, but at the same time, you can't go forever without seeing your relatives, you know, especially like older relatives that coming out of quarantine, you know, their health might not be the same, and because of COVID, like, I understand we're supposed to be self-distancing. I'm not being careless. Like, we still didn't, we sat the dinner tables, not the dinner tables, the dinner chairs as far apart as we could, you know, and the kids didn't, they didn't like sit in anybody's laps, and they didn't go around like hugging everybody, you know. And so just to play it safe, you know, my kids don't go out, but I do. I'm the only one that goes out. And then my husband, on very rare occasions, like today, he went out. And so, you know, sometimes we just can't avoid it. It is what it is. Oh my gosh, my cats. I don't know what their problem is. So that railroading still made that stitch look messy. I think it's just this. Am I not using the right color? 163. Yeah. I don't know why this one looks so different. And those stitches are like perfect. And the stitches I'm laying down right now just look a little messy. I guess that first strand was just different. I don't know. Kind of frustrating me now though, because they don't look the same. Oh well. I'm not gonna go and undo it. I am not about that life. If you guys are, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not me. Not happening. So I'm doing this pattern old school with a pen, or a marker I should say, and marking my spot, because this isn't a book. I'm just using like a Sharpie pen and putting little dots or lines through the stitches that I've already done, just to kind of keep track. I try to use a good offset color. This pattern has a lot of greens in it, so I figured the blue would be good for this section that I'm doing. Might have to change the color later on. So the next one's 5 stitches because we are decreasing. 2 rows of 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So I learned yesterday that my university is doing a graduation ceremony in January. As far as we are aware, they have it written in the academic calendar that they're going to have the commencement ceremony in January. And I was told that I could go ahead and apply for my degree because I finish in December. And I finished my bachelor's degree in December. And so I was told to go ahead and apply because I would be able to walk in January, assuming that they still kept the commencement ceremony in January, because everybody who graduated in May of this past year, May of 2020, did not get a ceremony. And so I thought, oh, maybe they'll do one like in August. And no, they didn't do August, because even the people who are taking summer classes of 2020 can still walk in that May of 2020, even though they're not technically finished. The only thing that it does is it holds your degree until they actually submit the final, like, yes, they finished decision. So your degree won't actually be mailed out to you. So you could technically walk and make people think you graduated and then not finish those 2 classes and not be done, if that makes sense. But anyway, the way that they changed it, they added 1 extra semester of students in there. And since I'm finishing in December, it looks like I will get to walk in January, and I don't have to wait until May for a commencement ceremony, which is perfect for me because, not that I have a problem with like delayed gratification, but like I'd already be over it by then, I guess. And then 2 is I'm going straight into my master program. And so like it'd be kind of like a weird feeling, like I'm already a semester down into my master program and I'm walking for my bachelor's. Does that make sense? Oh, it is what it is. But I'm thankful that they are doing a ceremony for 1, 2, 3, 4 for that. So that was exciting news. So I went ahead and applied. I don't know how this works. When you apply, it tells you like you have to put in what semester you plan on finishing your degree. So of course I put fall of 2020, and then it just says keep checking the status page to see what the status of your application is. So I'm like, well, and yet like right afterwards I went to go check the status to make sure like I knew how to get there, make sure the application was processed correctly. And there's like nowhere that says like application pending, nothing. All it says is submitted. So I was like, what the hell? I don't know. Maybe that changes once the decision's been made. Who knows? Who knows? So I did the first row of 4. I put my pattern way out of the way because I thought you guys were going to be able to see it, and you can't. So I can probably bring it back a little bit so that, because I'm like, I have to like lift the paper up to mark it, because I'm going off the, let's see, oh yeah, I have plenty of space. There we go. That'll do. You still can't see it, huh? Not much. Yeah, there's a good border here anyway, so I need another strand. But anyway, how long is this video already? 28 minutes? I feel like I've been rambling forever. You guys, I have so many patterns I want to do. Do you guys, like, I seriously have like, I call it pattern overwhelm, because I want to do all the patterns. And my husband's like, why do you have so many started? And I'm like, I can't help it. I feel like a little kid with ADD or ADHD when it comes to patterns and like sticking to one. And don't get me wrong, I'll do good. I can work on a pattern for like 2 weeks, not struggle with it, and just keep pushing and pushing. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I want to start something else. And then getting back into that pattern is just a whole nother ball game. Like, I still have not finished Chopping Mall. You guys, Chopping Mall. I started it when the pattern first released. Like, don't get me wrong, I was never on track with the pattern. I was never like caught up. But still, like, let me cut the string in the back. I told myself, and I told you guys so many times, that I did not want to go into mania with Chopping Mall. Well, guess what I did? I still went into mania with Chopping Mall. Like, what the flip, man? And it's still not done. I have the rest of the top to do. I need to finish 1 box and then 1 more full box, I think. I think it might only even be just one box. I don't know. And then I got to finish the top, like portion of the mall, and then all of the little extras that she included as the last pattern, like the last section of the pattern. And that's it. Like, I know if I dedicated like just the weekend to it, I would finish it. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me. I really just, I'm more of a progress stitcher than a product stitcher, I guess. Because I just really love working on the things and seeing the progress as I'm building up. And it's not even that like I don't want to finish things, because once I get close to a finish, I'll start like rage stitching, trying to finish the damn thing. Because I want to finish it, obviously. And so, you know, it is what it is. I don't know, you guys. I'm pretty sure I am not the only one. And that's why I don't feel bad. My husband's like, you're ridiculous. Finish something, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, back the F off me and go do your little projects. He's the same way. Well, no, because he's kind of like, what's the word? I don't know what to call it, but he's the type of person that if there's something that he wants to do, he will see it through to the end. The problem is there's not many things that he wants to do. And so, and the things that he does do usually end up to be very challenging, and he can't like just not finish them. Like, he will finish them. Like, so he wanted to put speakers in his truck. Silly, I know. I just, whatever. I think he's having a midlife crisis. And he drives a Chevy Silverado, and they told him at the audio place, the car guy, he's like, yeah, we don't have boxes for that size of speakers because of the way that the back seats are in the Silverado. You can't, the speakers don't fit properly. Like, you don't have the right cubic feet inside the speaker box to make it fit right, and this and that. And so he's like, oh, bullshit. He's like, I really want these speakers. I'm gonna make it work. And he spent weeks. I mean, weeks. See, this thread is laying down way better than that thread. He spent weeks and weeks building himself a damn speaker box. And at some point he went back to the speaker place because he needed to get some speaker wire, and they were like, we're telling you, sir, it's not gonna work. And he's like, don't tell me what I can fucking do and what I can't do, because I'm gonna make this work. And it took him several tries, because he's not a carpenter by any means. He's an electrician, so he knows electricity, but he's not a carpenter. And so let me tell you, he built the damn box. Oh, it's 2 up. He built the damn speaker box and made it work with the size of speakers that he wanted, that the people at the audio store told him wouldn't fit in his truck. And he's like, I don't even care if I had to get smaller speakers, but the fact that they told me I couldn't made me want to, like, force it, I guess is the word. I don't know. He's one of those, like, tell him that he can't and he will, out of spite type of people. And he's the same way with projects. Like, I don't know what the hell. And there's plenty of house stuff that I could totally use his damn help on, that he just has no motivation to do. Are you guys blurry? No motivation to do. Because he's like, that's not fun. That's boring. Why do I want to do that? Whatever, right? Whatever. So, I don't know. Now he's all into doing the backyard. He wants to do, how many of these did I do? 2. We put up the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 5. Well, let's just focus on the one that I have here. So we put up the above ground pole, and when I started telling him about, like, I was like, well, people build decks and all this stuff. So he started looking into it, and he wants to build a deck now around the above ground pole. And I'm like, well, that's okay. Like, I don't mind. But then we have to take the pole down because he wants to move it to fit more in the corner of the yard, and I have it like on the side of the yard. And so that's just a lot of work and a waste of water. We've had the pole up for over a week now. I think maybe 2 weeks. I'm not sure. And the kids swim in it almost every single day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They swim in it almost every single day, which is fine. I'm actually waiting for a vacuum cleaner to come because Walmart doesn't have anything. I wasn't about to spend like $300 at the pool store for like the motorized ones that just go on their own. Like just, we have an above ground pool and I'm not going to be lugging that shit over the ladder and stuff. So anyway, so we'll see. I don't know if the deck is ever going to be, he wants to build a patio too, because we have a patio, but the patio area we have is small. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's right by the door that leads into the dining room. And it can be kind of irritating, like when we're all out there, because the concrete pad is so small, that we, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're kind of crowded, and like people have to move their chairs around. I already, once we put the pull up, I had to move the grill so that we had room for the, like, I don't know, there's room for the pull, don't get me wrong. But the way that it's set up, what is my dog doing? I can't. Somebody here? My dog's freaking out. I don't know. But anyway, that's a long rambly thing about nothing. So one day, whenever it gets finished, I'll show you guys if and when the thing, you know, we bought this house 2 years ago. We never had a housewarming party. You know, it is what it is. Did I do that right? Yes, I did. Okay. I can't see all of the back stitching on this. It's kind of hard to see the back stitching around the dark stitches because there's some purple stitches in here that require, what is that, 336 require back stitching, and I just hope that I don't miss any of it because I'm ending right here. And then I did those 2. And then I have 2 more diagonals like this. Can you guys even still see? Oh, yeah. 2 more diagonals right here. And then I gotta jump across because I still have some on my thread. I don't even know what I'm stitching this on. This is Be Stitch Me something or another. But I don't know what count it is. It has to be 18 count because that's my favorite thing to stitch on is 18 count. So I downloaded the pandemic pattern from Long Dog Samplers, and you guys, it's gorgeous. Okay, so when I first started stitching, I didn't understand samplers. I couldn't get into them. I don't know why. I just didn't care for them. And there's still a ton that I just don't care for. I don't know what it is about them that I still just don't like. And so, what is it doing? I got Death by Cross Stitch. It's not my favorite pattern, but I think why I like it so much is because of the name and what it means. I think that's why I'm so obsessed with it. And so I worked on that for a bit and I haven't finished it. But I'm trying to count and get my stitches right here because I don't want to. So what I do, if I have to move like this and I have to come up, because sometimes, especially when if I'm working on like a higher count fabric, I will just go straight across where my thread is, go up with only one leg, and then come down and close them and finish the stitches in that row because I don't want to mess up my counting. So 1, 2, there's 2 more. And then there's going to be one below it that's going to yeah, okay. I just like to make sure everything lines up and there's no problems. 1, 2, 3, 4, where I'm at right here. Right because this pattern is going to be hard to fudge with all of the back stitching that goes on top of it. Ugh. I'm probably going to have to use the book for the back stitching because I just made a working copy off of the back stitching. 1, 2, 3, make sure. So I should have 3 above that. Okay. So anyway, pandemic, and you guys, it is freaking huge. Huge. I cannot find a piece of fabric big enough for it. At least at Hobby Lobby, they don't have a piece of fabric big enough for it. And the highest count of fabric that they have at Hobby Lobby is 32 count. And it's 32 count Belfast linen is what they have. So I was thinking, well, if the fabric's big enough, I will use it. It was not big enough. It was just barely, like it needed a couple more inches for border. It would have been big enough, but then you can't not have a border. So, you know, shot that in the ass. So I'm going to have to order something. I think I have a cart on 1, 2, 3 Stitch ready to go. It's just, you guys, I don't need anything. I really don't. So Pandemic was free when I downloaded it. I don't even know if it's still free as the date of this, that I'm actually recording this. But by the time this video goes up, it's definitely not free. Because it was only free for 7 days. And so, you know, it should be 2. Yeah, 1, 2. Okay. So I don't know what I'm gonna do that on yet. And then 2, I ordered some stuff for another BAP, which BAP, if you didn't know, I'll put it on the screen. Big ass project. And that's what's holding me back, like, because I know at some point I have stuff coming in for that I'm like, well, do I really need to start Pandemic right now? But at the same time, I feel like if I don't start Pandemic right now, I'm doing like a disservice to the meaning behind the pattern. And so, did my husband come home? Let me check, because if he did, I'm going to wrap it up. Okay, guys, we're back. Forgive my squeaky chair. It is old as fuck. Okay, so my husband did not arrive, but I did want to tell you that I am stitching this on, 16 count Ada from Be Stitch Me, and this is actually called Nova, which is the February fabric of the month. I'm sorry, this, you guys, okay, so I have a Note 10 Plus, and the sound and the video quality is so freaking frustrating because every time I move, the sound is like goes up and down, and it goes just weird, and it's really frustrating. The phone itself, I feel like Samsung was just, I'm gonna move you guys because I keep bumping you. I feel like Samsung was rushed into making this phone because I had the Note 9 before this, and that phone was a million times better than this one. Anyway, back to Pandemic. I still haven't decided what I'm gonna do. I really want to order the stuff for it, but at the same time, it's like, do I need to? But I just really feel strongly that I should start it now. I did go to see if there was any floss to use it for, because I'm using the Artiste satin floss called Peacock Show for the Linen Threads Friends and Family Mystery Sal, and I absolutely love working with it. That I was hoping and praying that they were going to have another color at Hobby Lobby. They do, but they only have 3 colors at Hobby Lobby, and I didn't like any of them. Well, no, one of them is Peacock Show, and I didn't want to do another project in Peacock Show. And so the other one is, I can't remember what it's called, but it's very autumnal, and it looks like fall. And to me, or for me anyway, fall is my happy place. And I didn't want to stitch it in that because Pandemic is definitely not my happy place. So I bought, ended up going with some DMC. Hobby Lobby doesn't carry all of the DMC variegated threads, because somebody posted some of the variegated threads the other day, and they were not at my Hobby Lobby. I don't know if that's like all Hobby Lobbies or what the deal is, but my Hobby Lobby didn't have any of those. So I'll show those in my floss tube because I think it's gonna work. It wasn't my number one choice, but it kind of just went with what was there. And then too, it's affordable because I'm already doing Peacock Show, and those flosses are $1 each. And so I figured I'll just stick with this DMC variegated thread, and it'll be fine because I don't need to spend a ton on the floss. I don't know how many threads or how many skeins it's going to take me to do the linen and threads one, but I did buy a couple extras of the Peacock Show. I just don't know how many I'm actually going to need. I'm done with almost done with January. I need like, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 stitches in January, and I've used like half a skein already. I need to mark where I'm at on here so that I don't get mixed up. There's like 3 shades of blue here, and so I just want to make sure that I'm always marking where I'm at. I'm gonna need a new strand here. So I try to go, when I end my thread, I try to go until the length of my needle is what's left on the floss. So when you pull your needle in and you feel like it's gonna come out the floss, then I know that that has to be my last stitch. So about the length of the needle is what I leave left because I can't push it through anymore. And then I pin stitch it at the end. So there it is, guys. I am going to stop recording here because I feel like this is super long. Oh, did you guys see my new intro? What do you think about it? We did a couple and I just couldn't get the ending right. I don't know what it is. They just kept coming back not like my favorite. And so I like the way it ended on the planner because it was like hello, welcome type of thing, at least to me anyway. I don't know if anybody else felt that way, but I did. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna run. I might put some more stitches in this, catch up on my floss tube, and oh, I gotta finish. I don't know if you heard the buzz, my dryer's done, so I gotta go put some more clothes in. And that's it, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this whip and chat. I felt like it was super rambly and whatever, but I did get a nice little dent here, and I'd like to finish. Well, I mean, it's not really finishing because there's a ton of this color, but I'd like to get this page done of this color, which probably not possible, but hey, we can dream, right? All right, you guys, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, comment down below. Yeah, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.